The turkey tomorrow will certainly taste a lot better for this team if Chicago can shake this November funk as they meet the Houston Aeros. Hello again, everybody. Judd, Sirott along with Brian Noonan. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. The Wolves 6-6, 1-3, fourth in the West Division of the Western Conference. They meet Houston for the fifth time this year. The Aeros right now second in the West with a record of 10, 4, 2, and 1. The starting lineup for the Wolves tonight, it'll be Norm Miracle in goal to our right, 5-4-0-1 this year with a 2.50 goals against and a 9.21 save percentage. On defense, Akins and Sellers will start out up front. It'll be Jared Scaldi at center on the right side, J.P. Bijan on the left side, Brian Adams. Scratches for the Wolves, Nardella and Snyder. The starting lineup for the visiting Aeros, it'll be Jamie McLennan in net to our left, 5-4-1 this year in the American Hockey League with the goals against of an even 3. On defense, Matucci and Murphy up front at center. Sean Carter on the right side. Dan Cavanaugh on the left side. Their leading scorer, Tony Verda. They drop the puck and we're underway. High slot of his own zone at Sellers. Sellers backhands it high along the far side. Got it out to center ice. Kicked right back over the line. Verda, left circle. Centers. Cutting to the front of the net was Cavanaugh, and the Wolves able to poke it by him and then eventually drive it into the Aero zone. Malte, he'll shovel it to the near circle in the Houston zone. The Wolves will start to make some changes. Now Travis Roach up the far side. Unfortunately, Houston couldn't get it out right of the net. Now Scaldi centers, Brown shoots, McLennan the save. Or pardon me, that was Blotny, not Scaldi. On a beautiful chance out in front.
Great pass by Blotny. Brown got a lot of it back in on a great save.
Far corner of the Wolves zone. Bordalo fires it over to the near side. Near point Roach shoots, blocked. Pirosh able to roll it out to center ice, 2-on-1 over the line right side. Now Brown into the right circle. Brown shoots, he scores! Well, Camille Pirosh got easily by Travis Roach, creating a 2-on-1, and Rob Brown from the top of the right circle, a bullet into the corner, 1-0 Wolves.
Well, Rob Brown was just robbed about 10 seconds before that, and Roach got caught pinching in the Chicago end by Pirosh, chipped the puck by him, went down on 2-1, gave it to Rob Brown. Rob Brown waited, looked off Pirosh, and just fired a slapper over the glove of McLennan. What a great shot by Rob Brown.
Chicago's goal, his 7th of the season, scored by number 44, Rob Brown. Assisted by number 18, Camille Pirosh. Time of the goal, 2:08.
The fact that they won, I think, mitigated it just a bit, but he said we didn't play with any emotion for most of the game.
Well, tonight they're missing 2 or 3 of their top players, so they're going to have to play with emotion. Keep it simple, get deep, and try to outwork the Wolves.
Far corner, LaPlante in the Wolves zone. Back of the net now, Urema walks out in front, shoots, blocked, deflected, they score! Cutting to the front of the net was McLean, and they're able to chop it in, and it's 1 apiece.
As again, Judd, there's a turnover right in the neutral zone.
Back of the Wolves net now, McLean, a backhand. Miracle to save, rebound. Urema went to celebrate, and he wasn't able to drive the backhand home. A little early on that.
A friend of a friend who was in a coma, and then I took it to the ice rink that I grew up playing in, signed autographs. And, after that, I don't think I can say what I did with that.
Pirosh, right of the Aeros net, walks out in front, just lost the puck back of the net. Now Blotny. Blotny a backhand centers, they score! Oh, Blotny, what a terrific pass across, and Rob Brown powered another one home. 2-1 Wolves.
What a great play by Blotny. Picked the puck up behind the Houston net, come around on his backhand, took his time, showed a lot of patience, had his head up the whole time, and threw a pass right across the street, right across the crease to a wide open Rob Brown, who was not going to score an easier goal than that. What a great pass by Blotny. And these 2 guys are good with the puck. I mean, I think this is going to be a good line because Rob Brown's so good at finding the openings, getting open in the slot, getting open in the side net like we just seen. And these 2 guys will find them.
Here's Blotny racing away, center circle. Over the line, high slot. Dessner, a nice job to drag the line, then heads to the front of the net, and Verda with a little shot on him. And we've got a meeting of the minds just to the left of Jamie McLennan. Jeff Dessner just headed to the front of the net. Drop far circle in the Wolves' end. Far point, Matucci shoots, he scores! Norm Miracle had it skipped just underneath him, and I think that's a goal he'd like to have back. It's Matucci's first of the season, and we're tied at 2. Vea plopped it into the right corner of the Wolves zone. LaRose drilled against the wall by Exelby. Out in front, Murphy shoots wide. Rebound, Weaver couldn't get it out. Far point, Matucci shoots. Back of the net it goes. Up the left side, Scaldi fires it ahead. Knocked out of midair by Vijay, but that's going to be a two-line pass with 2 minutes left here in the first, 2 apiece. This is Chicago Wolves hockey. Far side on the Wolves end, Blotny couldn't get it out. Far point held in by Roach. Back of the net now, Vea. Vea, right of the net, fired. They score! It sneaks by miracle. It might have been deflected, but Corey LaRose gives Houston their first lead.
Puck come around the far point on the Houston end, and Chicago couldn't clear the puck. Houston did a nice job keeping it in. Threw it back around to the net. I think it was Vieux had it behind the net and threw a back pass all the way from behind the net. And I don't think Normie Miracle knew where it was, and he was too late getting back to the far post. A nice play. Vieux kind of looked like he was going one way through with the other. Miracle lost sight of the puck. He couldn't see it till the last second, and he was beat.
Near side of the Wolves line. A lot of people colliding. The puck to Nicolette. Over the line, high slot Kavanaugh. Shoots, Miracle to save, and he controls his own rebound. As the Aeros once again going hard to the front of the net. 13:47 left here in the second. The Wolves trailing 3-2. This is Chicago Wolves hockey. Along the near side, Matucci tapped it back into the Wolves zone. This is a delayed offside. The Wolves given a free pass to carry it out. And we're going to have a whistle here and a stop and play. And now Dan Kavanaugh has some words with Mike Weaver. Weaver has his gloves off, or at least one of his gloves off, and Kavanaugh is going to head in. Are we going to have a slash here, or are we just going to have coincidentals? But these will be the first 2 penalties called in the game. With Aikens, Bordalo takes it back out to the neutral zone and gave it away. Adams over the line, high slot, Scaldi. His pass to the right circle didn't connect with Vijay. Now Nicolette over the line, right side, LaRose. Centers, Vea shoots, he scores! The Wolves give it away up high in the Houston zone and in transition. Houston has taken a 4-2 lead.
Again, Judd, every time it seems that Chicago turns the puck over at one of the blue lines and ends up in the Chicago net.
Wolves slide it behind McLennan. Chicago's been limited only 4 shots this period. Far corner now, McKenzie around a check, lost it, far side Brown. Centers, Pirosh out in front all by himself. Couldn't hold on to it. Pirosh around a check, what a move. Shoots, blocked. Near side now, Weaver keeps it in. Along the near side, Blotny. Someone in that Houston zone is pretty fortunate. Right of the net now, Pirosh. Shoots, McLennan fought it off. As Pirosh with some dazzling moves along the near side. 5 seconds left on the Wolves power play. Malte over the line, right side, Scaldi into the right circle. Centers, and there's where the Wolves needed that right-hander. Left circle, Sellers shoots, he scores! Well, Sellers able to follow up the play in the slot, and he has a heavy blast, and he finds the back of the net, and the Wolves have cut it to 1.
Lamonte threw a pass right up the ice to Scaldi, who had a step on I think it was Roach for Houston, who Roach picked Scaldi's pocket, and then Sellers stepped up and picked Roach's pocket and fired a low shot, I think on right through McLennan's legs. Huge goal by Scaldi. It was Bordalo he stole the puck from, stepped in. Great shot by Sellers.
Well, for Sellers, his first as a pro, and that's a huge goal late in the second as the Wolves stem the tide. Near circle, the Aero zone. Pirosh flattens his guy, and we're going to have a stop and play. It's Murphy who got drilled. Are we going to have a penalty here on Pirosh?
Yeah, Pirosh got his hook on Murphy coming around the net. And I actually think he knew he had a penalty coming up real quick, and so he just gave an extra foot swipe for the... He's pretty strong there, Pirosh. He doesn't look like a big man, but he's strong on that puck, strong on his skates.
Oh, got that stick right under Murphy's neck. Murphy goes about 5'6". So now the Aeros with a chance in the power play.
Well, I guess they flew in yesterday.
Right circle, Bordalo shoots, miracle to save, rebound, batted over to the far side by the Wolves, Nicolette far point. Far side now, Bordalo, shoots blocked, near point now, Roach. Rink wide, Bordalo into the slot, blocked, and the Wolves back at full strength as Pirosh hops out of the box.
It's a great save by nor Miracle. Bordelot had a clean one time right in the slot. Miracle made a nice toe save.
Sellers up the left side. Simon over the line. A beautiful pass. Pirosh centers. Didn't get through. Rebound fired. They score! Well, Pirosh's pass rink wide, intended for Malte, wound up to Ben Simon, who turned at a 360 and fired it home to tie it at 4.
A lot of times that happens at an end of a power play. You know, for some reason, teams are lackadaisical, and that's what happened in Houston. They had a big turnover right to Simon in the slot, who just turned around. That's the second shot in a row right on the ice that beat McLennan.
I think that went through the 5-hole, and the Wolves have tied it up.
Great, Ben Simon!
Near circle in the Wolves zone, it's Carter. Centers, and Cavanaugh couldn't pick it off, and out in front, one of the Wolves is down. High slot, it's Adams. High slot, Scaldi. Near circle, Vijay couldn't snap off the one-timer. Oh, and Aikens limps his way to the bench. Back of the Houston net, it's Scaldi. Near circle, Sellers shoots. McLennan the stick save. Rebound near side. Vijay. Near point, Sellers. Shoots. Deflected just behind the net. Rebound fired off the post and out. And then McLennan trips up Dessner.
Dessner just can't buy a goal. He had the whole open net there, made a nice play, creeping in, just threw it off the far post.
The Aeros, 1-1-1. High slot. Clark shoots, and he hammers this one high into the seats. Boy, he just walked in and drilled it as somebody gave him the blue line.
Yeah, he walked in, he pump faked once, and the whole Houston Five-some backed away from him, and then he walked in again. And I think Roach just got a stick on the puck, deflected up into the crowd.
Forced to take it back in his own zone. Clark, rink wide Weaver. Up the middle now over the line, right side. It's fired, they score! Danny Plante able to sizzle a wrist shot by McLennan, and the Wolves are back on top.
Great shot by Dan Plante. Nice outlet pass by Weaver. Planter had a step. I don't know if it looked like McLennan was leaning towards thinking Planter was going to make the pass, because in the first period he threw one over to Malte. McLennan took a quick snapshot, big goal.
Well, Jamie McLennan has certainly had his struggles in the American Hockey League. Goals against the three coming in, and Danny Plante just snaps one short side by him.
The back checker for Houston had a stick on Planter. I don't think McLennan thought he was going to get the shot away. A quick low shot to the glove side.
Snaps it up the near side and down the length of the ice. That bank shot will go right on net. Nicolette, back of the net, gave it away. Simon near circle. Simon left of the net, centers. They score! The Cowboy pounds it home. It's 6-4 Wolves.
What a great play by Ben Simon. He threw out like a rocket from his own end. Out, hunted down the Houston demon, met him behind the net, ran him off the puck, picked the puck up, came around the net, waited, saw Dan Plante drive to the net, made a great pass. Nothing McLennan could do. What a great play by Ben Simon.
Nicolette just held on to that puck and he got drilled.
We didn't realize how fast or strong Simon is. Just threw him off the puck. Then Simon picks it up, puts his head up, waits. Great pass to Dan Plante.
And the Wolves had two guys headed to the front of the net. It was Danny Plante that scored it. So the Wolves now in front by a pair. Up the near side, come down the length of the ice, and Pirosh is going to test Matucci. And Matucci just wins that battle, and he got bumped by Pirosh, and Brown has to keep Matucci away from Pirosh. But that looked like inadvertent contact and a little frustration on the Houston players' behalf. 13:51 left here in the third, 6-4 Wolves. Houston brings it in. Sellers banks it up the near side, out to center ice. Look out, Malte over the line right side. To the right circle, Malte centers. They score! I don't know if it was deflected or not, but it gets by McLennan, and it's 7-4 Wolves.
Good counter by the Wolves. I think Houston was caught in a change. Dessner got the puck up to Steve Malte. Looked over, saw he had Vijay driving to the net, as the Wolves done all night tonight. Made a great pass, and Vijay just deflected it by McLennan. What a great period for the Wolves so far.
Well, Vijay just going hard to the front of the net.
Great pass by Malte. Picked his head up right through the back of the stick.
J.P. Vijay.
Miracle will glove it, and he will not drop it.
Normally likes to keep the game going whenever he doesn't have to tie it up. He likes to play the puck and move it. He was trying to do that there, but made a smart decision with Carter coming right on him.
Our Miracle will debut his new mask and pads sometime next week, we understand. Miracle has like 4 sets of pads, and he's getting another set. Now over the line, high slot, Kavanaugh. Poke check. The Wolves feed it up the far side, but not out. Back of the net, look out, it's Kavanaugh, backhand out in front, lost it, left of the net, fired, Miracle to save as the Wolves get a little careless in their own end. And it's rolled down the length of the ice. No icing here, Nicolette. Wolves bang it out in front of the Aeros net, Gustafson leaves it behind, as Exelby is going to drop him with Lawrence Nicolette. Here they go, at the near point in the Aero zone. Exelby jumps in there quick, trying to get the left hand free. Nicolette with a right that missed. Exelby with the left. Exelby with the left hand. Exelby a right. Exelby another right. They're at close quarters. Now to the near circle. Nicolette with a right hand. I don't know if he got Exelby or not. Now Exelby a left hand. Exelby a left uppercut. Exelby a left to the body. Exelby a left to the ear. Exelby a left to the chin. Exelby starts to pummel him, and Nicolette folds under the pressure.
Exelby better go get some ice on that whole left arm, hand, and shoulder.
Near side out at center ice. Roach races back into his own end for it, and the Wolves will change, leading 7-4 with just under 8 minutes remaining in regulation. Over the line, right side now. Here's LaPlante, right of the net, cuts out in front, shoots, he scores! And look out here, it's a 2-goal game.
That was just a great goal by LaPlante, a great individual effort. He just took the puck, got a step on the Chicago D-man, went wide, just pulled it and waited, got Miracle down and just made a great shot. It was a great individual effort by LaPlante.
Clark up right wing over the red line, over the blue line, high slot. Clark to the right circle. Clark back of the net. Clark sets up in the office, stick handles, looks. Someone's going to have to come up high for him. He throws it on net, and Gustafson makes the save. To the near circle, Malte. Back of the net, Brown. Spins, gets a pick. Brown to the near circle. Penalty is over. High slot, fired. Squirting just wide. Rebound left to the net, Brown. Centers. High slot. Dessner shoots, blocked. Rebound, Brown. Now Plante in the slot. Brown in the slot. Tapped it to the near circle. Near point, Weaver. Shoots. Deflected behind the net. Near corner now, Plante. Left of the net, Malte. Shoots. He scores! And Malte looks to the heavens as he gets his first goal in 12 games. A big one. 8-5 Wolves.
Just going to ask you, I wonder what Malte's longest streak was without a goal. That was just a great shift by those three guys. They had control of the puck the whole time. Had a lot of good scoring chances. Dan Plante made a nice pass in the slot. Malte, where he always is, makes a nice shot short side.
And the Wolves with an 8 spot on the board, and nobody could be happier than Steve Malte. It's great to see him get a goal. Hopefully that'll get him off the schneid.
Oh, that went 5-hole. I thought it went short side, but Steve Malte loves to shoot 5-hole. I don't think I've ever seen anyone score more 5-hole goals than Steve.
Assisted by number 32, Dan Plante, and number 23, Mike Weaver. Time of the goal, 15:46.
DJ took a shot up high from Nicolette, then retaliated. No call made on either.
Nicolette wants a little vengeance from the beating he just took from Exelby, I think.
And now out at center ice, some more conversation going on. Tucci up the far side to Cull. Out at center ice, Eakins bats into the near corner of the Houston zone. McKenzie. He got drilled by Matucci. He's given away a lot of size there, but give him an A for effort. As he headed against the corner against a pretty tough customers, the Wolves fired off the glass and back of the net. Matucci up the near side, Aronson. 10 seconds remaining in regulation. Far side at center ice. Kavanaugh fires it in. 5 seconds left. Eakins, far corner, he'll hold it. The Chicago Wolves' 7-game winless skid is over as they explode for an 8-5 victory over the Houston Aeros here on home ice.
Please direct your attention to the west end of the ice surface for the announcement of tonight's General Cinema 3 stars of the game. The number 3 star with 1 goal from the Chicago Wolves, number 22, Luke Sellers. The number 2 star with 3 assists from the Chicago Wolves, number 18, Kamil Pirosh. And tonight's number 1 star with 2 goals and 1 assist from the Chicago Wolves, number 32, Dan Plott.